everybody. This is Virginia. Well, actually, Ginger. I go by Virginia too. Sorry, I'm a little messy this morning. I just took a shower not too long ago. So, anyway, sorry. It's Friday, and it is almost the end of August. I hope you guys had a wonderful evening last night, and of course this morning. Last night I didn't get much sleep because A, Loki kept waking me up. Two is that had a thunderstorm coming in here. It was very short-lived, but it was enough to let its presence be known. Um, and we got some rain. Um, Anyway, to talk about today, and of course this again this video is very short, about 30 minutes. Is it 30 minutes? Hold on a second. About 25 minutes. Canada will be launching its first uh, rocket for commercial use. This is the smaller version. This is the flight test maiden flight for this rocket. And they're going to be testing everything, and all of it's 3D printed, which is cheaper. And they're getting ready to launch it in about 25 minutes or so. So when you get a chance, go over to the launch pad on YouTube, and he is broadcasting this flight. So check it out. You learn a lot on what flight testing, what goes into it, how they calculate everything in it. If you're really interested in science and rocket flights. Now the other thing, Trump is he who should not be named, as I like to call him, or Taco Donnie. He's getting slapped back hard. And now a lot of the red states are waking up. There is one federal Iowa seat has now flipped from Republican to Democrat on the federal level, and now they lost their supermajority. It should teach GOP a big lesson. And also the CDC employees, Center for Disease Control employees, they have now quit. They left their jobs at CDC in protest due to their director being unfairly fired. Trump and RFK don't know how anything works, okay? RFK should not be the head of Health and Human Services or anything. He should be head of dirt and stay there. And the director has promptly turned around and sued both of them. She is suing both of them. Matter of fact, she's piling up now a big class action lawsuit. And I think people should. I think everybody in this country should turn around and sue Trump for everything that he has. Then take that money, put it back in the programs as needed, and resurrect the programs. And then make the guardrails stronger so you don't have a idiot like Taco Donnie messing things up. And of course then there's always a diehard MAGA rat, or MAGA idiot that still supports Donnie. I don't know what you see in him. The guy's falling apart, literally, in case you haven't noticed. There was a special, or not a special, but it's more of a video through Midas Touch that brought in experts, and they said Trump is basically dying right in front of us. And there was talk, well, that Vance might take over the cult. I don't think he will. Vance doesn't. I get the impression I kind of get mixed signals from JD Vance. He needs to make up his mind more than anything. He needs to be stick to one thing and one thing only. Um, and focus on getting this country back on the proper path and correct path. And stop agreeing everything that Trump does. One thing I've noticed with Trump, he is always preventing J.D. Vance from doing his. Sorry, we've been having a lot of sirens here. Um, from doing his job. Um, and Vance is unusually quiet. He knows that Trump has serious health issues now. He knows that. So the only thing to do is we could wait and see. And who knows, maybe the cabinet will um, put in the 25th Amendment and remove Trump. Remove him and remove Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller's behind all this too, okay? He's behind all this. He doesn't even know how anything works. And some of you may or may not know, but Stephen Miller's own family has disowned him. His own dad has disowned him. He says, I did not raise my son that way. And here Stephen Miller is doing a lot of cruel and unlawful things. Oh, he's going to find himself in jail. He will. More than anything. Now, RFK needs to be fired. His basic goal is not nobody have vaccines for anything. The guy doesn't know what he's doing. He has no medical education. He should not be head of health and human services at all. He should be fired. Okay. Too bad Dr. Fauci's not ahead of it, and he would whip things back so fast wouldn't be even funny. Of course, Dr. Fauci is now retired. And also out of pettiness, Trump has removed former Vice President Kamala Harris's security detail. You know what? We should remove his and see what happens. They go, well, you're threatening the president. No, he needs to be taught a lesson. You know, it just really, I can't understand Congress. I'm talking about the MAGA side. I'm not talking about the Democratic side. And why can't they grow a spine and a brain and remove Trump and company and get everything back on track? Right now, a good majority of the countries are not going to be shipping any of their products here. And, which in this case, they'll be avoiding tariffs because they're not sending anything over here. Now we send some of our stuff to them. But I don't know how all this is going to work. But tariffs also need to be banned as well. Everything's tied in together, okay? And so, we need to start fighting back, start yelling, and then start pushing the issue. Then you said, well, talking about it's not helping. Bull crap, you gotta call it out. You gotta yell at your senator and representatives in your red state and say, get off your stupid stuff and start doing things properly. Start doing your job properly. You work for the people that voted you in. The people are your bosses. Just like the rest of us are the bosses to Taco Donnie. Okay? Of course, he's not listening. Sooner or later, karma's gonna bite him and bite him hard. Um, Let me check my time real fast. Hold on a second. Okay. Um, Also this morning, I don't know if any of you watched the video series Caught in Providence. Um, this morning at the Catholic Church in Providence, Rhode Island, the late Judge Frank Caprio was honored and he was laid to rest today. I loved watching his videos saying, hey, you know, he listens to all sides of the story. He checks it out and he helps the people that come to him to say, hey, I can't, the reason why I can't pay for this ticket or this traffic citation or whatever. And there was one where the camera focused on the wrong car. It was supposed to focus on the proper car in an intersection. It was a confusing intersection. And the gal says, well, I stopped and I could make a free right turn. But I was still ticketed for that. So Judge Caprio told, say, hey, we need to change this. So he talked to whoever in traffic and say, you need to fix this. It's been causing a lot of problems. And then one time, there was a traffic light that quit working. It was reported, but it was never fixed. And so he ordered that traffic light to be fixed or replaced. We had a similar problem here in, oh, it was in Spanaway, similar problem. We had a traffic light that kept getting stuck on red and traffic wasn't going anywhere. People were trying to get around it, but a lot of people had tried to go to Roy or go to Graham or whatever. And finally, they called the police to say, hey, we got an issue down here that needs to be addressed. And so, since Spanaway is an unincorporated town, it's not incorporated, they called the sheriff. And the sheriff deputy came down. They started directing traffic. They called in this DOT and say, hey, you need to fix this traffic light. Okay. Matter of fact, it was done that very day. So anyway, but we do need to push back. Push back hard. Yell at them. Talk about it. But also try to implement action. Push, goad, push, nag. Nag a Congress. Nobody doesn't like being nagged. Okay? As soon as they learn to listen to you and get it done, the nagging will stop. But if they won't listen and they still dig in their heels and say, well, about this time next year you'll be out of a job, we could vote you out. Now Trump is trying to cheat again on the elections on this. Well, the federal judges put a stop in place for that. They say, nope, not going to work. You cannot violate federal law. And even the state secretary of state say, nope, not going to happen. And California had to remap everything anyway, because after the census, I think it was last year. Census was last year before. Well, within 2 years, once you get your census done and all the information and everything, within 2 years you have to redistrict or remap the districts. Okay, so it'll balance it out, even it out, and everything. Except Texas didn't follow federal law. Abbott needs to have his butt kicked on that one. Um, California, they went ahead and didn't. They didn't really need to do it until next year, but they decided to go ahead and do it now. And so they redid their mapping. And there was like, they gained 5 seats, the Democratic side. This is not gerrymandering. This is correcting, making corrections and updating on the census, regarding the census and how many people moved out, how many people moved in, and everything. So, guys, educate yourselves on this. Look it up. Use AI to look up the law. Okay? Do your research. Okay, I will talk to you later. I will see you on. Let me check my calendar real quick. Hold on a second. I was going to do my chat on my through Edge, but Edge is having issues. I'll see you on Monday, September 1st. So take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Root for your teams. Watch your favorite sports programs or whatever. And take care. I love you all. Okay. See you later. Bye bye.